computer 2 seconds here. And as usual, we're going to take a little bit of a moment to tweet out and let everybody know that we're live. So if you're just tuning in, we're just grabbing beers, getting ready. Beer. And as you can see, we got the whole crew. We got a special guest today. And as you can see, P is muted because he's probably still finishing his beat. Yep. And that semi-smile confirms my suspicion. What's up, everybody? This is a very special episode. And I'm about to tweet this out, so give me 2 seconds. And there we go. Tweeted it. All right, what's up, everybody? This is a very special episode. This is episode 36, and we have a really special sample that we used today to make some beats. So if you checked out our last show, we had a special loop pack that we took from a dope producer, Strong Maurice. And then I thought, hey, you know what? I'm gonna make some music. So as you know, I'm a multi-instrumentalist, guitar, bass, MIDI keyboards, you know, all of that. What other things am I great at? Look at E. Look at
shaking those shaker things.
shaking the shaker, tambourine. Okay, but anyway, so I decided, hey, you know what? I'm gonna make some loops and I'm gonna pass it to the guys and see what they can make out of it. But I didn't just make samples. I made a song, and I made a really funny, almost doo-wop, weird old soul song. So everyone's expecting just a little jingle jangle, but I went the extra step and created a whole track.
Why don't you play that song real quick?
Okay.
So that's what we'll do first. We will play the track. So let me go and share my screen really quick. And we'll get to listen to the full track.
Big shout out to your band too. Like they did their thing.
Yes. Cheeky and the Cheekettes.
Cheekettes, yeah, the Cheekettes did their thing, man.
All right. So
I thought it was cheeky in the cheeks.
What will cheeky in the cheeks?
Cheeky in the cheeks.
See, that's why we need you in a warm-up session, P, to get these things out.
So here we go. Here's the track, and then we're gonna break down how we do this. So I'll play it.
When you hold me in your arms, please say you'll never fall. I'm so in love with you. It's sad 'cause it's true. Don't ever break my heart.
Okay, I don't know. Sorry about the choppy audio. I don't know what's going on. My Logic is like blowing up on me for playing that track. So anyways, did that come through or was that choppy?
Came through.
Okay.
I got it pretty choppy actually, but I don't know.
I think
if it's worth playing back for the audience.
I think it plays straight through for the audience though.
Okay.
Yeah.
I realize that I have like 50,000 tabs open, and I think that's what's going on over here. So apologies, but as you can hear, it's kind of like you know, a sampled or like kind of like an old doo-woppy type of song. So that's the track I made. I passed it to the fellas, and today what we're gonna do is we're gonna get a chance to listen to everyone's creation. We also are planning to bring on a special guest. So at some point, Q-Rock 639 is gonna jump on the stream, and he made a track too. So we actually have a fourth beat today. But what I want to do first, before we jump in to the beats, is kind of hear from everybody. How did everybody do this week? How was it?
It was
What do you
dope,
guys
man.
think about that?
It was dope. I think the loop was dope, man.
It was a very interesting challenge. I like that you gave us so much to work with. So yeah, I had a lot of fun.
I enjoyed myself, man. I mean, aside from the sample, everything else was great this week. No, honestly, I was very inspired by this challenge. Like when you sent the sample over, I just jumped in and made like 5 beats. Like instantly made 5 beats in like an hour.
Break. Off the break.
Off the full joint without the stem. So I have fun, but I have more fun with this joint I'm gonna play tonight. I had the mostest fun, the bestest fun of all time.
The mostest.
The most bestest fun. Yeah.
So I'm kind of scared of what you guys are gonna do because because I definitely went out there on a limb and sang so amazingly buttery sweet. But I gave you all the stems. So you have how many stems we got? We got 15 stems.
Yeah.
So bass, guitar. I put in some like crappy reference guitar in there too. Just like some guitar little clink clanks, organ, of studio tenor saxophone that actually kind of sounds pretty good. It sounds way better than I thought it was going to be. Lead vocals, and then I had 3 backing vocals tracks that I basically just blended into one, and then guitar solo at the end. So a lot to work with. But E, you said that this gave you some inspiration. Are you going to be making a track for us sometime soon? Look at him smile.
So I don't like to be I don't like to not join in the fun. You know what I mean? So within the next couple of weeks, y'all see a song that I created for a challenge with the stems, and it'll be quite interesting to hand that over and then not have to make a beat that week either. Like, you know what I mean? I'll sit back and just chill.
Yes,
so
that's what I did.
I promise the Cheekets will not be they will not be performing that night, but we'll make do.
So if we get some music from E, and that'll be like one of the week's challenges, and I feel like it makes sense to have P send us some rhymes over a click for one episode, maybe 2 verses and a hook or something like that.
Yes.
I get to pick the song too.
Yeah,
that'd be pretty dope.
I get to pick the song. Matter of fact, I'm already picking it right now. It's Thinking a Lot. You gotta send us the vocals for Thinking a Lot.
No. I think he should just come out something new. Just turn on, just listen to whatever.
Indeed.
That fresh plastic
drums,
smell.
Something fresh, something whatever, straight off the dome, and then pass it to us.
Ooh. He just left. He's like, F that. He bounced. He's like, what? I'm out of here. I said beats, man. You ain't saying about raps. Like, I'm done.
Down, y'all.
Yo, I think that's gonna be amazing. And then, okay, so wait, I had this already in my mind. So I was hoping the conversation went like this because we need a drum loop from Grim. We need a drum loop from you because you be killing the drum.
I can do that. I can do that.
Yeah.
So then we got it lined up then, because we have a bunch of different stuff going on. We got potential challenges that we could do for each week, but if E's gonna hook us up with some music for a challenge, if P's gonna hook us up with some rhymes, a verse, and a hook without any other beat behind it, just the rhymes. And if Grim is going to give us just some beats for one show, that'll be fun, man. We could insert that, every other week or something like that.
Yes, sir.
Plus, we have some other guests lined up too, so I think that'll be fun. And in fact, speaking of guests, Q, we got a special guest. Q Rock 639 is with us today. So Q, I don't know if you're there right now, if you're in the background. I see a blank screen. But I'll kind of just give a quick intro. So I met Q just through social media. He's been very supportive, and he actually submitted a beat for it was the Doors challenge So I don't even know what episode that was. I think that was like the first 12 challenges that we had. And we were looking for producers to send us beats where they sampled the Doors. Q actually sent us a beat and we played it in the beginning of one of our shows because he sampled a couple of Doors songs in that one track. And we played it on the show. And then fast forward about, 20 episodes later, I invited Q on just to say what's up. And he actually made a track for this challenge. So he's going to be joining in on the challenge. And he's with us. Q, you're on mute right now. There you go.
Yo, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. Q, what's up?
What up?
How you doing, man?
Chilling, man. Thank you for having me on your platform. Good to be here. Again, I was going to say for the first time, I'm like, damn, I was on the show before. I forgot that George.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's when we first kind of, met through social media or whatever. So, and it's been great, ever since we followed each other. I would kind of just see, the things that you were doing. You kind of shot out some of those producer plug-in beat battles, letting us know where the beat battles are. And then that came up recently. I think I saw you were active on one of them. Did you win one of those battles? I think that's something that happened recently, right?
I did. I participated in the battle that had Ghostface Killer and Bob James.
Oh man.
Yeah, man. And
congrats, man.
I felt like Muhammad Ali at the end of my
So how was that feeling, man? How did it feel to be on that, just be in the runnings in that platform, period?
I mean, to be honest with you, while it was going on, it was more like trying to, even like with this platform, like we're not having technical difficulties. This is great, by the way. I just want to say, I'm sorry for being late. I thought I had Zoom on my damn phone and I had to put it on again.
No, we're very happy to have you.
Yeah, man.
Yes.
But just the little learning curve with the streaming platform on their end, and once I got that, like, just I come in with my stack of songs, and they give you, I think it's like 5 to 7 tracks that they want you to submit for a battle. So you go in, it's almost like you're training for anything. You go in, you're ready, and then you sit down and realize, there's like 5, 7, 8 other producers sitting here with 5, 7 songs, and you know what I mean? So the reality hit real quick. Like, and then there's Ghostface Killer and Bob James sitting on the live, just sitting there looking on the thing, looking at it.
That's crazy, man.
Just sitting there staring,
that's not intimidating at all.
Not at all. Not in the slightest. Like all these things that you don't think about come into immediately, like, oh my God. And so the first round, I won, and I felt good about it. I gotta say, I felt good about it. That one, I felt like, okay, we get to the second round, and the other beat comes on, and like, that's fire. So mine, and win that one, like, and immediately after him saying you advanced to the final round, I think that's when my stomach hit the floor, like, oh,
wow. That is so crazy.
Yeah, man. And I encourage everybody. Have any of you guys participated in any of the battles?
I haven't done any for a producer plugin. I did one for this collective based out of Atlanta, and it was weird. It was a little weird. It was just like
weird.
Yeah, it's just like music was like all over the place. There weren't a lot of technical difficulties, but I got knocked out in like the second round. So I was like, maybe I won't do this anytime soon, but but maybe I will.
Well, okay.
Anyone else do any beat battles recently?
I was in the cymatics. I wasn't in any battles. I was in the, I entered the cymatics challenge, and
that's right.
I made it to the first round. I mean to the beginning round.
Right.
No, they judge behind the scenes, so you don't really get to know, like, they just pick a winner. So you don't really get like I haven't been in a beat battle where they actually have like a selection panel where you get to see it live. So that'd be interesting to see.
It's fun. The Bob James one was my first one, and I won it. And I think
was there a prize for that, or was it just bragging rights?
There's prizes, and even with that, like, you know how crazy this thing is, man. Like, I'll tell you the little backstory because I also run Rap Critics Blog. You know what I mean? Which where I try to promote hip hop, independent hip hop, major artists or whatever, but things that are kind of in our lane. Try not to be too picky, but I try to keep it in that boom bap aesthetic. I don't know. Something happened? Okay. So yeah, I Distro Lord reached out to me. He told me the event was going down. Wanted me to let people know about it, you know. So I started looking at it and looking at it, and it just kept gnawing in my ear. Like, I don't think this guy knows I make beats. Like, I think he just knows the rap thing. And I'm looking at this, I'm like, this real Ghostface Killer and Bob James? Now, mind you, they had the same thing going on over at Trackweb, which is a whole nother thing. That's a whole nother episode. But they,
Yeah.
you know, I'm watching this and I'm watching it. So then I throw up a post on Rap Critics and start to get traction. People start asking me questions. I'm like, man, what the hell with y'all? I think I need to get in this beat battle, man. Like, so I hit him up, like, yo, I think I want to participate. He's like, oh, for sure, you know. So I got down. There is a small fee, you know what I'm saying? And I gotta say, like, you know, that was what was holding me back. Me being greedy and stingy with myself and assuming everybody's out to get you and everything's to fix and all this other mess. You know what I mean? But I'm looking at it for what it is. I'm like, this is hot. Yeah, this is hot. Like, right. I think I need to be a part of this and whatever. So paid the cost, got in. First one, this dude has been in here battling for like a year and a half. And I came in and got lucky and won. And then you're feeling like the new kid at school that just got the prize or whatever, and all the kids like, who's the new kid? Like, you know,
Nice.
That's so
but
fun.
then
That's
but
dope.
then the second battle, I ended the second battle with Steve Beats and Killer Priest as judges. Got knocked out the first round.
Yeah.
First round knockout. Bing, you know what I mean?
Man.
But it's all good.
Yeah.
Can I ask you a little bit about your process? And you know, you probably get to talk about this a little bit more when we play our beats tonight, but more just like in terms of how you produce, like what inspires you, and also like what more specifically, like what type of DAW or DAWs do you use, or VSTs or techniques
or hardware? I think there's some hardware involved.
Yeah, sure.
I am the master of the Frankenstein design. So I was like, I don't know. I've been in this thing for a long time. I'm like in my just reached my 50s. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to say in there. I'm
So you're putting your toe in the water, right?
Right. We here now. I'm owning it. We here now. You know what I'm saying? But from like high school, I've been dabbling. My first mixes were the type that didn't have the face plates in them because I broke the knobs and, you know, they just look crazy. And to this day, that continues. I say all that to say, right now I'm working in Ableton Live.
Yes.
Ableton gang.
Ableton gang.
Is Ableton gang in here?
Yeah.
I mean, I heard this one guy I heard there's one of us that doesn't use Ableton.
One of us.
Somebody in here seems there's something called Question or Magic or Logic. I can't remember the name of the program.
I'm not a hater. I'm not a hater though. I will, you know, I support everybody who uses Ableton. I don't sit here. I'm not one of those producers that's like, you have to be on Logic. You know, it's just your shit is inferior. That's all. Yeah, I use Logic. Yeah.
Well, look, I'll tell you, dead ass, like, we all know what's up. If we're not on Pro Tools, what are we doing? I mean, we all know what's up. We really know what time it is, right? Like,
yeah, I mean, Pro Tools.
I mean, yeah, Pro Tools is the best, but as far as beat making,
Grim knows.
Because I use Pro Tools.
We had to pull Grim off of Pro Tools.
I came off of Pro Tools as far as doing the beats on Pro Tools. You know what I'm saying? Because the process is longer. Yeah. In Ableton, you could just jump right in and just get at it.
Nah. But I've always been the Poe pimping producer, bro. I'm always got some raggedy, just barely a dog going. You know what I mean? I just recently got the legit copy. You know, I couldn't do it anymore. You know, like I'm a good year in fresh on this.
That makes one of us.
Yes.
Wait, they make legit copies of this?
Ableton not free?
It ain't free?
Man, let me tell you. But even with that, bro, like I right now, Like I've been the most active musically, I think, in the last month, and I have been in a long time. As far as like making new stuff and just committing to the process of, daily trying to chop up.
Yeah.
And my little Akai, I got my MPK, the little mini.
Oh, all right.
It starts spritzing out on me right now. Like I got to go buy a new controller, dude. Like dead ass.
Yeah.
Man.
Like, right now, bro, I want to take this thing and throw it off a bridge somewhere.
I heard a lot of who else has a
I got one. Mine's is starting to lose its touch.
I got
one.
I just stopped.
I heard a lot of bad things. I got this though. Check out this Arturia.
Oh, okay.
It's worth it.
Wait, back it up a little bit.
No, come back to this atmosphere.
There you go.
There you go. Boom. Boom.
It is worth it. And it hasn't broke down yet. Arturia, right. What is it called? Arturia Mini Lab Mark II. Check it out.
Right.
Really?
Yeah, I got the Launch Key Mini. I forgot who was by somebody.
Is that Novation?
Yeah, by Novation. I don't know, and it lines up perfectly with Ableton. So I love this.
Okay.
I got the Launchpad X by Novation, and I got the Akai. I forget which Akai I got, but they're both of them are like only a year old, so they're still working fine.
Yeah.
So I'll let you know in when they break down how long they last.
I'm already noticing some glitches too. It's like ghost notes will play randomly. I'm like, I didn't do that.
I didn't do that.
Wow. Yeah. Anytime I plug my keyboard up, as soon as I hit the key, it turns values off.
Yeah.
Off,
transpose jump.
Yeah, man. MIDI notes just binging up in the corner, looking crazy.
Yep.
This is good to hear. It makes me realize I'm not alone in this struggle. Right?
Yeah, man.
You're not going crazy.
I plug in my stuff, my Ableton shut off.
Yeah.
Between that and losing my files, trying to find old files and having to rename them and figure out which one is the one,
Man.
I'm a mess. I'm a hot mess.
hey Q, can you just give us a little bit of background too? We talked a little bit about, okay, so you're a producer, but you also run Rap Critics blog. What other things are you involved with, and what are some projects you're working on? I just want our audience basically to kind of learn a little bit more about you, and this is a time for you to promote whatever you want to promote, really.
Indeed, for sure. Well, again, I've been struggling in the music business for years, like all of us often are. I'm originally from Tennessee, from Clarksville, Tennessee. I moved out of high school, 2 years out of high school in my 20s to New York to pursue music. I went to engineering school in Ohio, recording workshop. I don't know if you remember back in the day when you were looking in the back of Rolling Stone magazine or Word Up or the stores.
Yeah.
And they would have all these advertisements for engineering schools.
Yes.
I took one, and it was kind of a ripoff, but it was kind of the best thing to ever happen, because even though it's a quote unquote school environment and a certificate, you could have got that same experience at a college, less money, better, you know what I mean? But at the same time, if you dedicated, I came out, I got my certificate, I went to New York and I hit the ground running. I was a studio rat in New York for years. That's really where I get my start. That's where I kind of, that's where most of my contacts have been established and cultivated throughout the years. And, just trying to do everything, man. Back in the days, man, I shot hip hop demos all up and down New York and got rejected by everybody, but not everybody. Oh, it's all love, you, my brother. But nah. But you working at the studio? Like I worked at Soundtrack Recording Studios for the longest. I worked at Quantum Studios, rest in peace, Reggie Lucas, back in the Flavor Unit days. You know what I mean? I saw a lot. Just being a fly on the wall as an engineer. Then, you get that itch and you want to make your own stuff. Some guys hooked up with me, they picked me up, put me under their wing. Next thing you know, I'm in New Jersey.
Jersey,
the house music.
Jersey represent. Jersey.
Killing them though.
Represent.
Killing them. And honestly, that's one thing I always bring up. I talk with people about music and shit. Like, at the time it felt like I go home, show my boys these records, and they're like, what fuck is this? Like, what happened? You know? But I learned a new craft. I learned a new style of music, because music is music.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, fuck what you heard. You find the right house record, and it's on, bro.
Yeah.
Like, ask Kanye, ask everybody that's walking that sound now. That wasn't really that cool back in the 90s, you know.
Yeah.
But it got me in the door. I got signed projects. I was able to really see how the music industry works, get placements and things of this nature. So even though I'm not doing hip hop, I'm in.
You in, yeah.
I'm in, you know. So, and we rode that for a while until that got too crazy and too hectic. That's a lifestyle, you know what I mean? But the whole time I'm just cultivating my craft and just learning what I like to hear, what sounds good, how I can get away with, you know, making lo-fi beats in my bedroom and kind of passive, you know, somewhat of a sound. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just honing my craft. Hold on, I'm gonna have to jump off this Bluetooth.
Okay.
The dial.
I don't know, my sound might get worse.
Oh no, it's better.
All right, can you hear me?
Yeah. It sounds good. It sounds really good. Actually.
Sound good.
Yeah.
So that's the long of it. That's just on the whole music thing. And like I said, I did put out some tracks independently. Never really found that one hip hop placement like I wanted. But the McDonald's placements and the Bud Light placements gave me taste. And paid the bills. Yeah. You know what I mean? So just kept plugging. Then I took, it was like maybe a good 7-8 year period where I just didn't mess with music at all. I'm totally out the game. Like, you know, that's when the blogging thing really kind of came in for me. Like, I've always been interested in blogging, the internet, and, you know, I'm fortunate enough to be old enough to have seen some things start and get on board early to kind of see what it is to be a writer, internet writer, editor, things of that nature. Yeah. So I was with a website called Blog Critics back in the day, and I was one of their hip hop editors. And there was some people on there like Adisa Benjanko, I want to say Lynn Johnson, Hashim. There were a lot of big name hip hop bloggers under that umbrella. So that's just put me on the game on how to blog, how to use these social networks, how to use Twitter, how to use MySpace back then. You know what I mean? So at some point, like I had a little series, it was called Really, Really Good and Word on the Street and all these little things, but it's on their platform. They sold the whole site at some point. So that was kind of the end of the road for that. But that's when I said, well, I've been the rap critic at Blog Critics. I'm just going to be Rap Critics.
Yes. There you go.
That's where that kind of started off. So, and that's just a hobby, love kind of thing, networking thing. Right. But that site, man, that site has worked. That site got me backstage to Rock the Bells for I don't know how many years straight. That site got me in front of everybody's face. That site got me here with y'all today. You know what I mean?
Yes. Yeah. I mean, I'm very familiar. I'm very familiar with Rap Critics. So it's crazy to me that you know, that you're behind that. You know, just being a fan. Me as an artist myself, like I came up in the independent blog era. Like that was I wouldn't have a career if it wasn't for Two Dope Boys, Nah Right, okay Player. Like shout out all those websites for posting my music early in my career, because that was the only exposure really you could really get. So I understand how important what you do is, and also you know, to do the music to produce the music as well. It's kind of crazy. So
it's I'm juggling, bro. I'm juggling. Don't mess with me, bro. I try to cover all corners of hip hop. The only thing I don't do anymore is break dance. That's it.
You know what? Listen, man. When you find something you love and you get to do it in any capacity, even like you said with the Jersey music, like there was a time when I wasn't making music and all I could do was just listen to what other people were making. I would listen to the strangest music just to stay connected to music. You know what I mean? Because I didn't want to listen to what I used to make because it would make me feel like I should be, get back into it. So I would listen to abstract music, opera music, all types of music, and it just kept me connected. And now that I'm back, I incorporate some of those things into what I do. So with music, you never learn something that's useless.
Yeah,
it's true. It's true.
And I mean, for me, like I say, a lot of it, I think, came from just being an engineer. Like I always wanted to make music, but you know, I'm originally, like I said, from Tennessee. We were like an hour north of Nashville. Like, you know, my first show was at the Ryman Auditorium. That's a famous place in Nashville. It was my first show as a kid. I had no clue what we're doing. Like, it's kind of set tone. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I knew early on, Nashville's Music Row studios. I knew what a studio was as a child. Like, I knew the power of that seat. Like, those are the guys. Like, so that was my focus in being an engineer, bro. You got to work. I mean, my first studio sessions in Nashville was just pure country, driving me crazy. That's what made me move to New York. I'm like, bro, I got to get out of here. There's no hip hop at the time. There's no hip hop in Nashville. Like, I got to go.
Yeah.
You know, but the engineering aspect and the appreciation for music as a whole, you know, stuck.
And now you're in LA. Is that right? I can see the sun is still up.
So,
no, it's not East Coast.
Wait, you guys have sun out there?
Yeah, wow.
Yo, that's a cheat code. That's the cheat code, man.
Sun out there? It's sunny out there? Oh,
so it's
where y'all
midnight.
at?
It's about to be. It's 10 o'clock, man.
I'm in Jersey City.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm
Buffalo.
Buffalo, New York.
Further north, close to Canada.
Yeah. We're all from Buffalo, New York. That's how we all know each other. Right now, I'm right outside. Yeah, exactly. I'm outside DC right now, though. But yeah, Buffalo. All of us born and raised, and you know, spread out a little bit right now.
That's what's
so
up.
Yeah. So do and Q. You know, you took a little bit of a break off of music. I took a break from music, like producing music. But you know, never give up on some of those things. I believe that you could get back into breakdancing if you want to. You know, you're only one tracksuit away from coming back in.
See me, right? Hey,
just break down a cardboard box and just go at it,
bro.
Oh, we about to get it exclusive. Yo, listen, I can't break dance with you, but I got you in the cardboard box. I got you. I email it to you. Don't even worry about it.
After I take these handful of men's vitamins.
Man.
Oh man.
Y'all want to get into music?
Let's get into it.
Nah.
Nah.
I'm having a great. I could talk. We could do this all night. We could just chop it up. You know what I mean? But
seriously,
I got some questions about this song y'all just sent me though.
Oh,
ask away.
Please do, because
what y'all got planned for this? This is heat.
So, okay. I'm expecting everybody. Actually, I want people to kind of bust my chops on this. This is a track I made. I was gonna give everybody a guitar track of just playing guitar. But then I decided last minute, you know what? I'm going to make like a doo-wop song just to kind of switch things up. And I don't know. It just came out. It just came out of me. So, you know, I just had like 2 loops go through, made about 15 stems of everything, and then thought, let's see what they could do. So it's a real challenge. And it is weird too, because it's like technically in 3/4, but you know, it's something different. But what's your questions? What are your questions you got about the track?
Just that you answered them. I mean, it's dope. It's a vibe. The track is a vibe, man. You know what I mean?
Appreciate that.
Yes, it is, man.
You know, I think if you listen to some artists that have kind of like played around with this like doo-wop vibe recently, like even we talk about Jadena.
Mayor Hawthorne. He kind of goes in that direction sometimes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And even, you know, Doja Cat had that track that starts with like, put your head on my shoulder. Like that's like some old doo-wop shit. And then they flip it into kind of like a dark sounding track. And then Jadena has that song Bambi.
Oh yeah, I love that record.
That has like a really old school vibe to it.
About the Anderson .Paak, Bruno Mars new joint. That's very, very old school. That's I would say that's like more maybe late 60s, early 70s soul. But I wanted it to go like a little bit further back into like the 50s with this vibe. And I thought, you know what? Let's see what could happen. You know what I mean?
That's where that's how the track came to be. It is a little bit different than things that we've normally done. I think everybody here was expecting me to come out with just like some chords and they were gonna chop it up.
Right. I didn't know what to expect, man, because I'm like, yo, he loves making these singing tracks. Like, if you listen to the old shows, every week it'd be another song, like a random song, and he would just be playing around, but it would be still like cool, like the melody and everything would still be dope. So I'm really excited that he was really able to put it into a weird somewhere we could use it. Like this is now like, you know, this is dope.
So, but doo-wop with auto-tune, that's the niche that I'm gonna cut for myself right now.
Hot. It's hot.
It was hot. It's hot.
I'll interject. That was one of my prizes for the Ghostface Killer Bob James thing. That gave me auto-tune, and I don't know how to use that joint at all. But I was experimenting with that on the track. You know.
Oh, nice. Perfect.
That's dope.
So
I like what I'm finding out. Any of you guys got experience with that? Y'all got any tips for me on auto-tune?
Well, I mean, I don't know if you guys want to listen to a Logic user, but so Logic has a pretty good auto-tune built into it, and it's kind of just like set it up, put in the key, and then you get to choose like how intense it is. So I think the hardest part about it is just like figuring out what key you want all the notes to fit within. So if you're like listening to a track and you want to take like a vocal sample or something like that and pitch it up and whatever, if somehow you could figure out what key they're singing in, on Logic, all you do is you set the key. You just say, you know, D major, and then let it run, and it'll work. But what about Ableton? Good. You guys got anything like that in Ableton?
No, I don't have that on there.
Because
I don't do too many vocals. But I don't do too many vocals on Ableton, so it's like I try to keep it separate. You know what I'm saying? I never really rock with it.
Okay. Yeah, let's jump into the music. So who's going first this week? So
are we wheel spinning or
let our guests go first, man? Let our guests go first.
Okay. Is that cool, Q? Can we play your track?
Yeah, sure. But then none of us are gonna want to go after him.
Stop it.
I mean, that's an easy way to end the show. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Boom. But there we go. There we go.
All right. How about how many people? There's four
of us.
Four of us. Yeah.
We usually spin a wheel, but I think we usually do let the guests go first, just as a way of honoring the guests.
Okay. Let's do that then.
Well, I mean, he has my stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna share Q's track.
All right, so we muting our engines, right?
Yep. Everybody, if you can, mute your mic while I play the track. So, without further ado, here's Q's flip of the CheekyCP sample. I'm gonna play it all the way through, and then we get to just chat about it and talk about it. So, here we go. Q's track. Did you name that?
Lava.
That track?
What's that?
Did you have a name for that track?
I called it 3 Beats.
All right, 3 Beats. Yo, I was telling you, I already I emailed Q and I was saying this gave me like halfway through this gave me some like Kanye and Bon Iver type of vibe, and I think it was probably because I could hear you messing with the auto tune in the middle of that. So this was dope, man. I really like this. And
yo, your beat so hot, the cops is coming, man. Come on,
cops is coming, man.
The cops is pulling up on you, man.
There's a fire over here. It's a fire over here.
Yeah.
Beats to fire.
Yo, and it's mixed really well, man.
Yes, man.
It is crispy.
That's lovely.
That's dope.
But like, it gave me Prince vibes. I put that in the chat. I'm like, yo, it gave me Prince vibes. Like, you never know where he gonna go once he starts, and you hear like he's about to do some other stuff, and it gave me like Prince vibes. Like it was dope to me. Like I love the way you took this beat and just was like, you know what? There's no limitations. I'm gonna just take the parameters off. I like that.
I'll say this, Q. I definitely it's clear that you have a lot of experience with house, and for one, I'm a big house and just general electronic music fan. So I dig that whole vibe. I also like your use of silence when you did the "Don't Do It," which is one of the parts in the sample where I was really like into as well when I heard that cheeky sin over. So the fact that you like paused the beat, like you did that twice, I think there, where you went full silence right after that "Don't Do It," just nice little drop, and then switched the drums up. And lots of different drum patterns. Like I'm like, damn, like shit.
That was like 3 beats in one.
Yeah, the energy is dope. Like I love the energy of that beat.
And I noticed you focused on like the second bass line I had, because I kind of had 2 bass lines. The first one was like doo-wop just to follow the chords, and the second one was just a little bit more funky just to give somebody something to play with. So I appreciate that you listen to that piece of the song too.
Bro, excellent
I like
track.
that,
I love all those stems. All those stems are just loaded. And to be honest with you, okay, first of all, I call them off-time beats. There's no such thing as an off-time beat, but 3, 4, 5, 6, all these different time measures. I don't excel at them. Back in the day, I would always fail when you have to do the the house rises or simple changes. Back in the 90s house, it would happen. Like I'm like, man, get the fuck out of here. Even to this day, I hate it. So I cheated. I went 4-4 again. I'm sorry, but at least I could hear the count. And the only thing that was throwing me off was the bass.
Okay.
Because it's boom, 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 boom. It has its own swing.
Yeah.
Nothing else in the track is fitting that swing. But I'm like, it's in there though. I'm like, don't fuck with it. Just leave it. Just leave. There has to be a couple elements that's just rock, just as it is. Yeah.
That was dope.
Yeah, man. Good shit right there. Thanks so much. Thanks for participating. Thanks for creating something. So, all right, we're gonna keep moving though. Next producer, who's up next?
I think that was Sean, man. Grim said he was going next, man. He said he will go.
I'll go.
He go.
Yo, I really hope
I get it over with.
I really hope you playing the beat from earlier because
nope.
That was
brother education said no.
Yeah. Yo, I hope you chose right, bro, because that other joint he had was flames.
Hey, man. Listen, I'm gonna just mute my mic.
To each his own, man.
I'll talk to y'all when this is over.
Mute up, fellas.
All right. Muting up.
All right, here we go.
Please say you never fall. I'm so in love with you. Don't ever break my heart. It's
Okay, that's my beat for Cheeky's awesome loop pack, man. Like I had to do 2 beats to this joint. This is let me give a quick breakdown. Let me play how I got the sample chopped up. That's the sax I chopped up. I just try to get more of the like ambient sounds and not really ambient, but the ambient effect of the saxophone in it, because the sax sound dope. I love the sax. And I took Cheeky's vocals and chopped them up a little bit so it can fit, speeded it up, switched it around a little bit. I didn't keep it exactly how he said it. I switched the end part a little bit. And let me see, let me find this. This is it. And I chopped up the guitar. I think it was the stem with the guitar on one side. I think it was just on the left. You had it panned to the left, I think, or the right, one of them. I can show you the pattern. Chopped it up, and I love the guitar. Dude, the guitar skills is nuts, boy. It's nuts. So, you know, I just try to keep it simple but funky. And the drums, you know, simple drums. And that was it. You know, something nice and simple, man.
Brim. Yo, I love what you did the guitar, man.
Appreciate it, man.
That is, I mean, I'm kind of mad at the fact that you made that guitar sound like funkier than how I played it. And I like that you took the phrase that I was singing, you kind of made it your own. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You kind of fit that within the sequence that you wanted to fit within.
And I used the your ad lib too.
Okay.
On this track, just the background, yeah. You know what I mean, behind it.
That sweet voice, that sweet, sexy voice.
Yes. You know what I mean? Just to add a little, you know, spice to it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And have it so flat just with the guitar. But yeah, that's it, man. And that's
good,
my
good
beat
shit
for this week's challenge, man.
Good shit, man.
Right.
Love it.
Appreciate it, fellas. Appreciate it.
Pure flame.
Awesome. I like it, man. I like it, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm assuming that this is like where P goes, right?
You know what? I'm gonna go next simply because
this is where P goes.
I don't want to go last. Like I feel like maybe if I wedge myself in the middle, it won't be as bad.
It's too late. I'm already queued up, man. I'm already queued up, bro. It's too late.
Oh gosh, really?
No, if you really want to go ahead, man.
Not really. I'm trying to whatever. I'll go. It's up to you, bro. It's up to you. You make a decision. I'll go.
Don't say that. Don't say that.
So far, tons of creativity.
Don't say it.
Look at Q, man. He's still trying to show off. He still got a sunset. He
Yeah.
watch the sunset.
I'm muting up, man.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and play this.
Bully.
We have.
Oh, my bad. I'm gonna go ahead and play. I'm only gonna be able to break down one of the beats, but we'll go there. So there we go. So that's my beat. So I'm gonna just break down this piece right here real quick, just to chop. So I'm not gonna break down the whole thing. I'm just gonna break down the pieces you're able to hear right here. So I'm gonna solo these out together. So I like to map out my sound. So I mapped it out on the keyboard and I just played it out just like this right here. Same with this one right here. Just grabbed it and played that out. I had to chop a couple pieces off just to make it fit, and then this is the last piece that I grabbed right here. So I figured that P would enjoy this beat. I'm like, yo, P's gonna love this beat. If not, if he doesn't have a beat just like this beat. So I just wanted to drop this in there, man. That's my beat for the week.
Wow. I'm very impressed with that.
Fire.
When you mapped that out, were you using simpler when you said you mapped it?
Yeah, I dropped everything as simpler. I don't
put everything as simpler. Okay. Yeah. All right. Yeah, very nice, man. I like the glitchy, choppy. I also like the drums on the second part. There was like a lot of interesting percussion. Like I wrote cowbell, but it felt like there was some type of bells or chimes or something in there that was working. That sounded really nice.
I was trying to give it some different some I can't go island like Corey, but you know what I'm saying? I can go as close to the island without my passport as possible.
Can walk to the border.
Yo, yeah, this is great, man. And another beat that we have like two distinct feels, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like Q's beat had like more than one thing going on. There was like a flip up at least twice. And then your beat, you know what I mean? Halfway through, you have like something completely different. And you're right. I was going to laugh and smile a little bit because you came out. I mean, I knew people were going to pitch me up or whatever, but this was like almost like Alvin and the Chipmunk style happening right there.
Yeah, man.
Chipmunk soul, chipmunk doo-wop.
Chipmunk doo-wop. But yeah,
fire,
this is another great track.
Yeah, man.
That was fire. That change up mid-track was dope. I don't know what kind of percussion line you had going in there. Like you were saying, I don't know if it was a cowbell or whatever that was. Knocking.
Appreciate it, man.
When in doubt, cowbell.
I don't know. The sun done went out now, man.
I'm in my car now. I'm in my car studio trying with the little flashlight, the interrogation light.
Where were you making beats on August or April 1st?
Really?
All right, we got one more beat.
All right, guys, good show tonight. Great show. Aye. Boy, I'm never gonna last again. You
got it.
All right, guys. Mute up and let's do the damn thing.
All right.
I think I'm all good. All right, let's go. Word. Yo, I swear to you, when I was playing this beat just now, whoever drew the guitar, I looked at it wrong and I thought it was something else. And I was like,
It's a guitar. All right, it's a guitar. It's a guitar. Let's not go down that road. We're having such a good moment. Wow,
yeah,
bro.
so with this one, I didn't want to go typical. I didn't want to just sample and remix the track. Originally that was what I was going to do, just remix the track, because Corey gave us all the elements that we needed to do that. And I just wanted to do something a little different. So I chopped it up. And real quick, I'll just show you my chops. I took the initial backup vocals where he was doing a lot of doo-wopping and things like that. And that's the one that I use as my main kind of like chop. So let's see. Let's go with it. Do it in a simpler transpose, -4. Just make it a little lower. And then I also chopped up the bass a little bit, very similarly. And with the drums, I think I had 2 snare. Yeah, actually I had 3 snares in the drums, and just kind of gave it a little bit of a, bop, as the youngins say nowadays. And that was almost like funny sounding to me. Like it was just kind of like a kind of like a silly reinterpretation of the beat. But after that, I wanted to do something else. So I sampled another part of the track. And actually, let me talk about this. This is the solo guitar, I think Corey put in there, and I chopped that up too. Gave it a little like detective feel to it. And I EQ'd that. For some reason, he had that panning right pretty heavy, so I EQ'd it a little bit, changed it a little bit. And let's talk about the second part of the beat. Chose another part of the sample to mess around with, and that was this one. Yeah, and I just threw some drums on that, right? And then let's talk about this guitar chop, because this is kind of fun. So I did another guitar chop, and actually what I did was I did a little bit of a trick. Once I sampled and chopped up the sample the way I wanted it to, because Corey sent us all the different stems, and of course stems line up with each other, right? So what I did was I put another instrument in another channel and just copied my drum pattern over onto that channel. So that made the chops line up. So my chops automatically lined up when I did that. So that was a little cheat that I did. Oh, I put a delay on this. That's it, dry. And the delay made it a little bit more, gnarly. I wanted to sound live. And then I switched the drums up a little bit. I added a couple more snares and just, made the pattern a little bit more complicated just for fun. Oh, and the 808, of course. And that was it. That was the whole track. So
that was it? That was it, huh?
That was it.
You just took it to school and was like, all right, guys, that's dude, yo, mad components to this beat, man. I love it, man.
Thank you.
Yo, and extra credit, P, for actually being the only producer that messed with the solo guitar. I thought we're gonna hear a little bit of that throughout everybody's track, but yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Good stuff, man. I really
can't give us a sample with expectations. you put it out into the atmosphere, you let it fly. You don't expect it to come back to you any certain way.
This was a fun week, guys.
Yeah,
I
this was
enjoyed it.
awesome. So good stuff all around. We are a little bit over our intended stop time, but so Q, just want to kind of wrap it up and thank you again for joining. This is what we do every week. We pick a different challenge and just try to challenge ourselves as producers and songwriters and music makers. So
Yeah, man.
you are always welcome. And
Thank you.
we usually tweet out and we usually, post something on Instagram on what the challenge is going to be for the week. So if something looks fun to you, you want to jump on and you want to, or you're like, one thing we notice is that sometimes producers like have beat block. If you don't know what you're going to be producing for that week, you know what I mean? This is one great way to kind of just switch it up, do something completely different. Not everything that we do is like always 100% hip hop based. We try to, switch that up a little bit too. So, and then we try to learn from each other. So, as you can see, we're trying to like see what everybody else, stealing tips and tricks from everybody else's DAWs and all that stuff. So
Definitely, man. I'm over here peeking at some of you guys' layout when you was going on. I'm like, I see. He's chopping in simpler, like with the last, and I go to the old school model with you. Okay. So
Yes.
I take mine out. I chop them over here, but that's a good one. I'm gonna try that. I already picked up one.
yeah, that's what it's all about.
Maybe
Sure,
next time I'll be able to stream from my computer so you guys can see
Yeah.
what I'm working on.
Yeah, please do, man. We'd be excited to hear that.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So usually what we do is we pick our next challenge at the end of the show. That's what we're going to do right now. And we normally spin a wheel and it has a bunch of different things on it. And the wheel goes around and it'll land on something random. But we've recently been kind of looking at these different beat battles, these different beat challenges that are out there that are being shared on social media and stuff like that. I found one that is really cool. And if you guys are familiar with the mixing engineer, Ken Lewis, he's worked with a lot of different artists. He has like 100 gold records or whatever. He has this show on YouTube that's called Mixing Night. And if you want to learn more about mixing, which that's kind of what I'm doing right now, is trying to teaching myself how to mix. I suggest watching his YouTube channel. But what he does every once in a while is he has people send in beats and he has usually like a starter sample. So he gave everybody a starter sample and I'm going to play it for you guys right now. And we basically have 6 days or 7 days to create something. And what we'll do is we'll send it in to Ken's YouTube show and he just listens to different beats. And I think he kind of like chooses like a winner and the winner gets a free mix down from him, I believe. Sometimes he has different prizes and stuff like that. And last week, I think he streams usually like every other Wednesday or something like that. Last week he had this huge giveaway from Arturia sponsored it. So that's where I noticed that he had this new thing going on. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna share my screen and we're gonna listen to that starter sample really quick, and then we'll just call it a night. So this is the track. I'll just play it really quick. So it's short. And
That's all we get.
That's all you get. So it's gonna be tough. You're not getting 15 stems, or a full doo-wop song. You're getting that. And I think this will be fun because his show is great and you can learn a lot just by watching his stream. So it's gonna be a challenge and we're just gonna submit and say what's up to Ken. And let me just show you really quick. 1 second. He does this pretty dope show. So I'm just going to show you his stream just so we're all on the same page really quick. Just so I got the name right. Yeah, it's called Mixing Night with Ken Lewis. And he's been doing it all throughout the pandemic. And he basically will take a big track that he's working on. He'll show you all the stems. He'll show you his process for taking like 100 stem song, mixing those into a 32 stems. So he'll like pre-mix like groups of like 10 until he has like whatever, like only 12 tracks. And then he walks you through his process and different things that he uses, like plugins and mixing and like his ear and like what he's trying to like, compress and limit and all that shit. So really good stuff. A lot of learning can happen on his stream. And this is cool that he's starting to incorporate beat makers and bring beat makers into his world, because I think a lot of beat makers watch his show too. So that's a challenge for this week. Anybody have any final words here?
Oh,
Great time, y'all.
Yeah,
I just want to say big shout out to
phenomenal
Q.
time.
Big shout out to Q, man. You done rocked with us from sun up to sundown. Officially.
Officially.
It's completely dark where you at right now, man. So listen, we appreciate you, man. Anytime you want to come back, anytime if you have any challenges or samples that you chopping up and you want to throw our way, we, I speak for the whole team right now when I say we down. So, thank you for rocking with us, and we officially rock with you.
I'm with you guys. I'm with you. We're here now. You know what I mean? I'm checking in on a regular basis, and give me a minute. I'm gonna come back to that. Give me a minute.
All right, cool.
All right,
perfect.
All
right, man. Well, everybody, just thank you for tuning in. It was a longer one because we had a guest, but we had a lot of fun, a lot of quality music, and a lot of dope transitions tonight. I enjoyed myself, and yeah, it was fun. So, no other words for me. I'm good.
All right, everybody. Have a good one.
Have a great week, y'all.
Yeah, great week.
Peace.